If you are over 50 and fighting hair loss, I am guessing your bathroom looks a little like a graveyard of things. An expensive shampoo there. Gave up on. I understand it, because I have watched thousands of people do exactly this, buying one product at a time, chasing one promise. And here is why it almost never works. Hair loss after 50 is not one problem with one fix. It is a handful of problems happening at once, and treating just one of them while ignoring the rest is not another single product, but the complete, the one that addresses all the causes together, in the right order, morning, night, and weekly. It is simple. Most of it is inexpensive. Stay with me to the end, because the final step is the one almost everyone skips. Actually works. Your doctor has probably never had because they are hiding it, because appointments are too short. Spent 35 years as a board-certified dermatologist focused on 1,000 patients have sat across my desk. And this video is the one I have wanted to make for a long time, because it is in a 15-minute appointment. Over the years, I have watched people waste enormous amounts of money and hope on scattered one-off products, when what actually moves the needle is a simple system that works on the whole picture at once. So this is that system. Not magic, not a miracle, just the honest, complete routine. Built the way I would build it for is where I say what I never have time to say. Maybe you know the feeling under the bathroom light, the extra strands in the shower drain, the photo where your scalp shows through more than it used to, and underneath it, a quiet frustration because you have tried, you really have. Hear this clearly. The problem was very likely never you, and never that you were not trying. Certainly the approach, one piece at a time. That is what we are going to fix today. So before I give you the routine, let me explain why and the enemy, the whole system makes 50 is usually a. First, there is the hormone. A hormone called DHT slowly shrinks sensitive follicles year after where each surfaces. Second, there is circulation. As we age, blood flow to the scalp declines, which means less oxygen and fewer nutrients reaching the root. Materials your follicles need to build hair are often running low, especially over 50 when we absorb nutrients less efficiently. Fourth, there is the scalp environment itself, where buildup, inflammation, and a stripped, unhealthy surface choke the follicle. And fifth, there is the follicle's own dormancy, where hairs sit stalled in a resting phase, alive but switched off. Think of your scalp as a garden. The hormone is souring the soil. Your scalp environment is like weeds. Follicles are seeds that are still vital. Now, here is the crucial insight. If you only address one of these, say you improve the water, but the soil is still poisonous, that is exactly why single products to work on all of it at once. And the hopeful truth underneath all of this is that Give the whole garden what it needs. Now, type in the comments how many different products you have tried and abandoned. I think seeing everyone else's answers is going to show you that you are far from alone in this, and that the scattered approach fails almost everyone until they change it. So let us build the routine. Parts: your morning, your night, and your weekly. Follow it in order, because the order matters. We start with the morning, and the morning is about foundation from the inside. Step 1 is nutrition, because everything else you do is wasted if the raw materials are not there. Your follicles cannot build hair out of nothing. So your morning begins with a breakfast built around quality protein, because eggs are ideal, delivering protein plus naturally occurring nutrients your hair needs. Alongside that, this is when you take any supplements your doctor has confirmed you actually need through blood work. And I want to say, because guessing is how people cause themselves harm. The two most common genuine gaps I find in people over 50. If your doctor has tested you and found you low, the morning, with a meal containing some fat, is the ideal time to take and absorbs far better with food. This single step, feeding the follicle its raw materials, is the ground everything else is built on. Skip it. Step 2. Applied to a clean, dry scalp. This is where you address circulation and the hormone directly, at the surface. If you use a clinically studied treatment your doctor has recommended, this is when it goes on. If you are taking the natural route, this is the moment for a proven botanical like rosemary oil, which research has suggested can rival minoxidil for circulation, and may help interfere with DHT at the follicle, properly diluted, a few drops in a carrier oil, massaged in. And that massage is not incidental. Taking 2 to 3 minutes to massage your scalp with your fingertips genuinely increases blood flow to the follicles, physically delivering more oxygen and nutrients to the root. So this one step does double duty. It applies your active ingredient, and the massage itself is a treatment. Circulation and hormone, handled first thing in the day. And let me add one detail about that massage, because it is the most underrated thing on this entire list, and it costs you nothing. When you press and move your scalp in small circles around, you are mechanically and there is real research suggesting that consistent improving blood flow and gently stressing the follicle cells in a way that signals them to strengthen. The key word is consistent. A vigorous massage once in a while does nothing. A gentle few minutes every single morning, worked into this step so you never forget it, compounds over months. So do not rush past it, thinking it is just how you apply the oil. The massage is one of the most powerful free tools you have, and pairing it with your morning treatment means you will actually do it every day. Now we move to the night, and the night is about repair and the scalp environment. Step 3 happens in the evening, and this is your deeper scalp treatment, done a few nights a week rather than daily. This is when you use a heavier overnight oil treatment to nourish the scalp environment and fight inflammation while you sleep, when your body does much of its repair. A blend built around castor oil, which contains a compound that may support the growth phase, combined with a few drops of an antifungal like tea tree oil to keep the scalp's natural yeast in balance and calm inflammation, is a powerful overnight option. Part your hair, apply to the scalp only, massage it in, protect your pillow with an old case, and let it work through the night. You are using your sleeping hours, which would otherwise be idle, to actively rebuild the health of the ground your hair grows in. This is the step that turns a hostile scalp into a fertile one. And that brings us to the weekly layer, which ties the whole thing together and keeps it working. Step 4 is your weekly reset, and it has 2 parts. The first is a gentle, thorough wash, because all those oils and treatments, plus your body's natural buildup, need to be cleared so the follicles can breathe and absorb. And here is where most people sabotage themselves. So listen. Sulfate-free, silicone-free shampoos strip your scalp raw, and the silicones coat and suffocate the follicle. Washing 2 or 3 times a week with the right gentle shampoo, not the second part of your weekly reset, roughly once a week, is a single clarifying wash. Giving weekly rhythm keeps the whole system breathing and effective instead of slowly clogging itself. So there is the routine. Nutrition and topical in the morning, deeper repair at night, a gentle reset weekly. Every one of the 5 forces working against your hair, the hormone, the circulation, the nutrition, the scalp environment, and the dormancy, addressed together in the right order. Before I give you the final step, let me warn you about the handful of mistakes that quietly cancel out this entire routine, because I see people do all the right things and then undo them without realizing it. The first mistake is being too aggressive, thinking more hard, using undiluted essential single day because you feel the oil. Trying to heal. Gentleness is not weakness here. It is the strategy. The second mistake is inconsistency of a sneaky kind. Doing the routine hard for 2 weeks, skipping 10 days, coming back for a few days, drifting off again. Your follicles respond of effort separated by neglect. 3 good days a week, every week, beats 7 perfect days, followed by 3 weeks of washing your hair from the inside while treating it from the outside. On very little sleep or living under relentless stress, all of which push hair into shedding no matter what you put on your scalp. The routine on your head cannot outrun a body that is being starved or exhausted. And the fourth mistake is switching plans constantly, jumping to a new product or a new video's advice every few weeks because you are impatient, which resets your clock to 0 every single time and guarantees you never give anything long enough to work. Pick a sound routine, like this one, and let it run. Avoiding these 4 is as important as doing the steps themselves. But now I have to give you the final step, the one I promised, the one almost everyone skips, and without it, the entire routine above quietly falls apart. The final step is consistency over time, and I know that sounds almost too simple to be the secret. In the biology, your hair grows in cycles, and it grows slowly, only about ½ an inch a month. When you begin this routine, you are waking dormant follicles and improving the whole environment. But a follicle that has just been switched back on has to move through its cycle and grow a new hair out from. That means for the first several weeks, and often the first 2 to 3 months, the mirror may show you almost nothing, even though the real work is happening underneath. Faith and quit, deciding it failed, when they were often just weeks away from the payoff. So let me give you the honest timeline, so you can hold on through the quiet part. Expect reduced shedding first, usually within the first 2 months. Expect the first visible new growth, fine baby hairs, somewhere around month 3 to 4. and expect a real, honest verdict on your density, somewhere between month 6 and month 12. This routine is not a 2-week fix. It is a foundation you rebuild, and foundations reward patience. The people who get results are not the ones with better genetics. They are the ones who did the simple things consistently and refused to quit in the silent window. Let me tell you about David, because he is the reason I emphasize a patient of mine who had cycled through more single products than he could count, always quitting each one after a month when nothing changed. He was ready to give up entirely. Instead of adding another product, we did the opposite. We simplified everything into one consistent routine, like the one I just gave you, addressing all the causes together. And then, most importantly, we agreed he would not judge it for a full 6 months. His phone, genuinely surprised, showing real regrowth filling in across the front and crown. Nothing exotic had done it. It was the complete system, done consistently, given the time his biology actually needed. The products had never been his problem. Quitting too early on a scattered plan had been. One thing, doctor to viewer, before you begin. This is a general framework based on the common causes I see, not a personalized prescription, because your specific situation deserves real evaluation. Before adding supplements, get proper blood work rather than guessing, especially with iron and vitamin D, because too much can genuinely harm you. Always patch test any new oil or product behind your ear first. And if your hair is falling out suddenly, in patches, or with other symptoms, see a dermatologist in person, because that points to something that needs direct attention. I am a doctor, but I am not your doctor. Now, one last honest word, because this is the heart of everything I do. Product for hair loss after 50, and every ad that promises you what actually works is unglamorous and completely within your reach. Feed the follicle, improve the circulation, heal the scalp, wake the dormant roots, and then, above all, do it. And it is not really a secret at all. It is just patience applied to the right plan. And if it feels like a lot to remember, do not worry about doing it perfectly on day 1. Start with the pieces that are easiest for you. Maybe the protein breakfast and the morning scalp massage. Get those into your daily rhythm first, and then add the night treatment and the weekly perfect one you abandon in 3 weeks. Because this was never only about hair. It is about refusing to accept defeat. That was really just the wrong approach. Understanding what your body actually needs. You had lost. So remember a step. Start the routine tomorrow morning and come back in a few months and tell me in the comments what you are seeing. And right now, tell me your age and how long you have been fighting this. I read every single one. Take care of yourself. I will see you in the next one.